What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a good old look at a bunch of cool One Piece TCG news. Sounds like a plan? Excellent. And I want to start off with a promo card that's being given out at the 8-pack battle. Now, we still actually do have the Akira Igawa Luffy. That is the all-color Luffy that has all traits. It basically means you can play whatever cards you pull in your 8-pack battle. That's lovely. But now we've got ourselves a new commemorative item, a new card that you can get yourself. And it's Akira Igawa Sanji. I adore Akira Igawa's artwork that we've got for the One Piece TCG. And now we've got another one. And if this looks a little bit familiar, it should. Because, of course, we saw this artwork be revealed a little while ago. We knew it was for the 8-pack battle. We knew it was for Sanji. Because, you know, we can see that it's Sanji. But we didn't actually know what the card was. They did that thing where they were like, look, this is coming. Get excited, get your hopes up, get your hype levels up. We'll show you more later. Well, later has come. And it is actually a reprint of the Sanji from Starter Deck 10. Not the best card from Starter Deck 10, but a very cool card. And what we've got here is 6 cost, 6,000 power, counter plus 1,000. And we've got on play, if your opponent has a character with 5,000 or more power, this character gains rush during this turn. Basically, it's a decent rush character, but it's got the downside of if your opponent doesn't have a powerful enough character, it doesn't actually work. Which, yes, is obviously very, very sad. But if it do have a powerful enough rush character, then this one will work very, very nicely indeed. Love the artwork on this one. It's annoying that it's a promo that I'm going to have to go out of my way to try and get, but hopefully it won't end up being hideously expensive, because frankly, I think this is awesome. I am a very, very big fan, and this is one that I have absolutely got my eye on for the future. And yes, we are going to get this card in English. Remember, any promo cards that end up being given away in Japan, they always end up coming out in English as well. That's a standard thing we always see, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's definitely going to happen. We are going to be good. And honestly, it's probably going to be a sealed battle in the future. Sound like a plan? Excellent. Because there are more promos that we need to have a little bit of a look at, including a new Adio and a new Lim. Now remember, One Piece Odyssey just came out on the Switch in Japan. I bought it because I'm a nerd. And that came with Adio and Lim promos. Well, now we've got new Adio and Lim promos. Kind of. Because you see, if we put the two Lim next to each other, you're going to go, hang on a second, Wassy. I see what you're doing here. And if I put the two Adio next to each other, you're going to go, oh, hang on a second, Wassy. I see what you're doing here. Because they are, in fact, just reprints of the ones that you got when you bought the game. And look, I'm just going to give Bandai credit again, like I do all the time here, because they've done what I think is the perfect way to do promos. We've got really nice new promos. They're being given out at little tournaments over in Japan. Social gatherings at authorized stores nationwide. Basically, nice casual tournaments. And what we've got here are a new way to get what were exclusive promos. Like, I'm not saying these cards are great, but I am saying if you want them, you kind of had, like, if you wanted a playset, you had to buy 4 copies of the game, which is clearly dumb. So you don't have to do that anymore. Now the cards are more readily available. Making the cards more readily available is awesome. But as someone who literally imported the Japanese version of the Switch version of One Piece Odyssey from Japan, partly because I wanted to play the game, although I could have got it on Steam Deck cheaper, let's be honest, and largely because I wanted the promos, I really appreciate the fact that these are not mechanically unique, that's fine. but they're also not the same artwork. So my promos that I got for buying the game are still promos that can only be got for buying the game, but people that want to play with the cards have an easier way to get hold of them now, and I think this is brilliant. I love that Bandai have done this, and I don't worry about it devaluing my cards or anything like that. I would have been a bit annoyed if they just made the exact same cards more available elsewhere, but they haven't. They're alternate arts, and that's fine by me. What have we got in terms of the cards? Well, Lim is a 2-cost 0 power blocker, and at the end of your turn, if you've got 2 or more rested Odyssey cards, this character becomes active, which is good because it's a blocker. You want it to become active for your opponent's turn. Adio, 4-cost 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And we've got, if you have 2 or more Odyssey characters, this character gets 1,000 extra power. I like this. I think this is a really nice way of doing it. They're cool characters. And again, I just think the way Bandai have gone about this is the perfect way of doing it. And I just think it's wonderful. Big fan. Hope they do more of this in the future. But there's one more thing we need to have a little bit of a chat about. And that's a new promo pack. Now, it's a usual kind of thing. We've got a promo pack and we've got a winner's pack. Well, not a winner's pack, a winner's card. And it's actually Standard Battle Pack Volume 9. And then we've got ourselves a commemorative pudding. So, I mean, they've been given away initially at family matching battles over in Japan. They are being given away in a bunch of different ways. They always tend to be. But basically, if you rock along, you get a pack. If a parent and child pair, they are parent and child family matching battles, remember, you get 2 extra packs. And then if you get 6 wins, you get yourself the Charlotte Pudding. Now, as standard, the Charlotte Pudding, which is a prize card, is actually also available just in the pack generally, and it's the same basic artwork, but with a different background and all of that. And we've got the Charlotte Pudding from OP06, 4-cost, 4,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and on play, it makes your opponent shuffle a hand into their deck, and then they get a new hand of 6 cards. No, that's a lie. 5 cards. Whoops. And it's a decent enough card. I've seen it popping up in some deck lists. It's alright. It's not perfect, but it's being played in Doflamingo decks lately, over in Japan, for instance. So that's pretty cool. And again, there are 2 different versions of it. Then we've got ourselves the other 3 cards, because these always come in 4s. The one that I would like most of all is the Kaku. We've got ourselves the OP07 Kaku here. And, you know, just saying, these CP cards lately, they've got a little bit of oomph to them. And what we've got from Kaku here is 4-cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And you can put 2 cards of a type, including CP from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, to give one of your opponent's characters -3 cost for the turn. And it fits nicely into the CP decks, frankly. And that's alright, honestly. That's pretty cool. We've then got the Sanji from EB01, 4-cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And we've got Don X1. During your turn, this character gets plus 1,000 power for each 3 of your rested Don. So it's kind of a get free, get one free kind of thing. But it's also got counter plus 2k as well. Cool little card. It's one that I quite like. And you'll notice that these cards that we're getting here, they're not cards that got alternate arts in the set. So it's kind of a way of Bandai just giving a little bit of love to some cards that didn't get enough love first time round. And then finally we got Hitakiri Kamazo, 4-cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And on your turn, once per turn, when a Don card on your field is returned to your Don deck, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. And look, we all like purple decks. I'm not sure this is the best card in purple decks, but it's alright. So there we go. Bunch of new promos here. We've got ourselves the Akira Igawa Sanji that I like very much indeed. We've got new versions of the Odyssey cards, which we have seen before. They're not brand new, but they are still kind of new. And then we got ourselves a new promo pack as well, which I think is rather spiffing. But we've done all of that now, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these you like, tell me which ones you're excited about, go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at Obyssey. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Obyssey Plays.